The general adjustments for Season 2. So they adjusted the contesting mechanics, meaning on defense, how you block the ball basically, or try to block the ball. They adjusted the effective range of heavily contested, making it easier to cause heavy contests. So wide opens will be more challenging to get. I think that's to balance out all the crossover moves, because there's a lot of players with crossover moves that just instantly get you open. So this is a response to it. Increase the contest effect caused by close distance and jump blocks. Okay, same idea. Close distance means being in the contesting zone without jumping, without your hands up. And then jump blocks is when you attempt to go for a block on defense when they're shooting. The dev note is that when using players with insufficient defensive attributes, it's often very difficult to create a significant contest effect despite great effort. We hope to encourage everyone to put more effort into defense. Therefore, we have increased the bonus for blocks and close distance contests. Additionally, we have adjusted the triggering range for heavy contests, making it easier to trigger. Okay, so defenders, they're going to shine. They're going to shine by being more in the contesting zone of the high scoring players. And I know that Brook Lopez, you know, he's actually up here. They kind of nerfed his rebounding just by a little with decreasing the max level elite rebounder. But the defense, just overall defense, how the contesting zone works, it could still be a win. The next general adjustment is height advantage and hoop jant skills. They decrease the bonus buff from yada 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 to even lower, about 50% across all the levels. If the opposing player does not block, then then it gets buffed. Give me a second here. Dev notes, welcome Momo. Dev notes, the current anti-contest skill bonus can be easily triggered as long as the conditions are met. Based on the relatively easy to trigger conditions and the less significant numerical enhancements, defenders lack countermeasures when such skills are activated. Therefore, we have adjusted the way bonuses are applied. Defenders can choose to block to reduce the opponent's gains. If the player does not block, meaning like he goes up in the air to defend, then the attacker will have a higher numerical gain and can perform other operations after a jump. I don't know what that last sentence means. If the opponent does not block. Oh, okay, if the opponent stays in a guard position. Because there's two ways to defend against a jump shot. You could basically bump up into the jumper's legs as guarding, and it'll cause like a moderate/heavy contest most of the time. Or you can jump. I've seen players just try to keep up with the speedy guards by just running without pressing the guard button. And that sometimes works. They're hoping for... Yeah, they're just timing their guard button. Okay. Okay, so they kind of... Let's see. It's a lot there. So they changed how you can defend. They made it better. So the anti-contest. So think of like KD. I only think of KD. He's just taller than all the other guards. Okay, so the bonus from the height advantage and hoop jant skills, they nerfed it. They nerfed it about 50%. And it's somewhere in the middle if you do not go for the block. That's all I got. And indirect buff to AD back here. Yeah, to defense. Yeah, I mean, this game is all about offense, right? You're in the offensive driving, you know, you're behind the wheel of a lot of the high scoring players to score. So this is giving an indirect buff to a lot of the defensive players, yes. clutch shooter skill. This is let me look at this skill. I think it's the last 30 seconds your field goal percentage increases. I believe so. Is that right? Anyone know? Clutch shooters. It's like Tatum's and Lillard. Clutch shooter is field goal percentage increases during the last 30 seconds of the game. And by level 5, you can increase up to 16% mid-range or 12% increase for 3-point in the last 30 seconds. Okay. They added additional anti-contesting bonus of 5, 10, 15% if the opponent chooses not to block from skill 3 and above. From skill level 3 and above. Okay. Additional. Okay. So they nerfed a little bit of the anti-contesting bonus. They didn't nerf it. They made it better. If you don't, okay, let's see the dev notes. They made it better. So consistent with the overall contesting adjustment approach, we also hope to add more suspenseful. Let me reread this, man. Consistent with the overall contesting adjustment approach, we also hope to add more suspense at the last moment. This involves increasing the strategic play between the offense and defense. Therefore, we adjusted the clutch shooter skill attribute bonuses. So, in the last 30 seconds, the players with the clutch shooter skill gets increased shot percentages, mid-range and three-pointer. So they're trying to increase the chances of more clutch shots, like game-winning shots, for these players. And at the same time, they increased defense. So they're trying to make it more eventful for the shooters and defenders. More chances to make big plays. So pump fake hesitation, optimize the control for the second stage of triggering. Decrease the probability of ankle breaking. Oh, wow. Performing the pump fake hesitation skill directly can also result in players being quickly ankle broken, which brings excessive defensive pressure. Therefore, we decreased his probability of ankle breaking moves and optimized the control feel of connecting to subsequent. Oh, okay. Yeah, so they optimized the animation when you can trigger it, and also decreased the chance of ankle breaking. So they call it ankle breaking. I call it stunning, but ankle breaking, we'll call it ankle breaking going forward. Ankle breaking. I said stunning on the freaking tournament too. That was strange. I was saying, oh, he got stunned. Oh, and then Noob Kill was saying, oh, he got dizzied. And we were like not on the same page. We said that through all the tournaments. So in that 1v1, people were getting their ankles broken every possession, almost. And we were saying different call-outs for that. So we're going to call it ankle breaking going forward, all right? You guys should pick it up too, ankle break. Just because the devs officially use it. Make it easier for everybody. Okay, so pump fake hesitation got nerfed. And there's a lot of players with it, so they nerfed just one factor of one ankle breaking move out of like the 10 that you could have. So not a huge nerf, but some players don't have it like Tatum. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, now we're gonna go into the players. So there's some winners and losers. Winners and losers from this season 2 updates. I'll start off with the winners. And then there's some people had just tiny adjustments, not huge game breaking adjustments. And there's some losers. That's how I'm going to organize this. If you guys like to know, if you guys can't already tell, I like to organize information to make it digestible. That's kind of like my job here as a content creator, make it digestible for you. I know it could feel like overwhelming and there's just pieces of information everywhere. So we're going to make this very understandable. We'll go player by player. Who won in this update? Who lost in their update? In this update. So if you have any thoughts you want to share, feel free to share it. I'll fit it in when it makes sense. So now we're going to go into the balance and gameplay. No, I think it's some water. That general thing affects all the players actually. It's kind of interesting. The general update should be up top. They started their player thingy off the rip. They nerfed a few things on the defensive level. They buffed a few things. Oh no, they buffed a few things on the defensive level. They nerfed a few things on the offensive level. So I got all the players here. We just finished the general adjustments. I got a few clips from Momo. He was here earlier. Top 4 in Asia. And if he's still here, how's the start of the new season in Asia? I know it's not the most eventful update. You know what I mean? Eventful. But they did address a lot of the player balancing. And I think player balancing is the #1 priority for now. Because they cannot just add new players, which they plan on doing in the summer update. Some huge updates in the summer. They got to fix the existing roster, the existing players in the game right now to make it balanced. Because what fun is it if one player just dominates the game? Imagine in the first... Remember when a global launch happened? PG was just dominating everything? There was no team without him. And then over the last few weeks, Tatum, he was just on every team. So now this new Season 2 update is rebalancing all the players to make sure that each player has their time to shine in every game. Bouncing before playoffs? Yeah, 5 feet. And before new players come in, because it just takes that one thing to not get adjusted where it could like kill the game for a lot of people. Like this game has like the top, what, 60 something players so far? There's like 65 players in NBA Infinite so far. And these are the best of the best so far, right? These are best. I mean, there's more players coming, but as of right now, there's no doubt these are all-star caliber household names. So how do you balance it out where like one player doesn't just take over every game you play? They all have takeover potential, right? They all have takeover potential. So find that balance is like the #1 priority. Yeah, the game modes can add later. The events can be added later. But what needs to happen now is making it fair, fun for the players who are playing it on the court right now. Because imagine if we all had... Yeah, we could easily all be Tatum players. Easily. If you ask us before Season 2 update, we could easily just been all Tatum mains. And what fun is that? Diversity. Spice... What do they call it? Variety is the spice of life or something? You gotta have it mixed up. Yeah, turn up, Jalen Green. Hope you can get him, man. Yeah, Jimmy did turn up too. He stepped back, right? We'll get into it. We're going to go over the winners right now of the update, and then we'll also go over the losers, okay? So that's how we're going to divide up the player buffs and nerfs. Here's my opinion on who are the winners. We're going to go from winners into the losers at the bottom of the list. These are the changes along with the dev notes. Sell PG for someone different, like who? Probably... I mean, Tatum's still good, even though with us, I don't know if he's still good. I have to see him play. Like, how much of the pump fake hesitation really impacts his scoring. But he's cheap now, though. Okay. All right, #1, I think the biggest winner is Jokic. It's tied up there with Jalen Green. It could be interchangeable. But his speed basically went up by a lot. I think this basically he's faster, boosting his overall off-ball movement, defense dribbling capabilities. After the screen pick and roll, the bonus of his field goal percentage increased, almost doubled basically. Power post-up skill now unlocks at rank 2 through 6. So he's got a new skill now unlocks. Hookshot now unlocks at rank 2 and 3. Special delivery now unlocks earlier. That's the alley-oop pass. Pump fake and pass skill unlocks at rank 1. Air carrier skill unlocks at rank 3, 4, 5. Remove tough shot finisher skill. Dev notes: Jokic has continued to perform at MVP level this season. He has even improved in areas that were once considered his weaknesses, such as agility. To align with his real-life performance, we've comprehensively increased his abilities. Furthermore, since Jokic does not use fadeaways or step-back shots, we removed his tough shot finisher skill. I think the speed's huge. I mean, what is he worth? Is he like at 1.8 now? 2 million? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I don't know too many players outside of like Gelato who made him, and he's just been doing inconsistent win losses, win losses, win losses. But in terms of buffs, he's got a big one. The screen pick and roll. They're gonna improve. I think they're gonna improve him even more throughout the playoffs. So that's my take. Next, Jokic crazy. Yeah, I want to see more of him, honestly. I feel bad that he hasn't been playing as much as Embiid's and Cats. You know, he should be up there, man. He's only 2 million too. Yeah, the next center that you can get is Embiid at 900k. Like, yeah, all the players above 2 million are wonderful players. Just Jokic has been struggling as a center. And there's tough competition as centers, but yeah. Hopefully the players who play him figure him out. He could be like seen as like a upgraded Bam with the 3-point shot. Maybe we'll have to see. We'll have to see, man. Maybe that card I could get. Damn, I don't know yet. Hard to say, man. Jokic buff so deserved. Yeah, they fired my boy FGT for complaining. They fired. What do you mean they fired? Is he no longer in the Courtside Creator program? I thought. Do you mean Still Alive? Still Alive got removed from the Courtside Creator program, but I didn't know if FGT did. His card's already extinct. Still, yeah, I want to see more of him. Like, yo, Jokic. Dude. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'll do my weekly meta reports and the player market report at the end of this week. And speaking of this week, we have the Dev Q&A tomorrow, just a heads up. So if you have any burning questions, ask it in the Dev Q&A Discord. I have my questions in there already, but I'll submit more. All right, Jalen Green, number 2, biggest winner of the Season 2 update. He's at 30k per card, but now he's sold out. Yeesh. Played with him a couple times last night. Max rate upgrade to 89. Max dunk attribute increased. Yep, he was dunking on us. Well, I was on his team, so he was dunking. Max dribble attribute increased, 50 points. Max layup attribute increased. So his driving ability, his finishing ability. Max mid-range shot. So damn. So this is at R7. He's so cheap too. 30k. That's like Lopez. Max mid-range shot attribute increase. So along with the rating upgrade, also his other attributes increased too, I bet. Jalen Green has dev notes. Jalen Green had a very impressive performance in the Houston Rockets' recent winning streak, so we're playing as overall. Yeah. So overall enhancements to him. Best budget player? What'd you think? Best budget player? How is he compared to like rookie LeBron? Let's see. At R7. Oh wow, he's almost like he's almost tied, but with better 3-point and mid range. Yeah, they both can do everything else together. Yeah, similar. LeBron just has better blocking, but if you have AD, you don't need to worry about it. If you have a high blocking player, perfect. Yeah, solid. All right, nice. Speed makes tie breaks. That speed buff makes Jugger a beast. His speed was always us home. Yeah, I bought him once and I sold him back in the market next day. He was slow, man. He was slow. I've been playing 5v5s a lot more lately. Good stuff, man. I hope to play more 5v5s too, man. I made a video just on 5v5s only. Like because there was a 5v5 event and I made a video. It's really nice, man. It makes you focus on a bigger perspective of the game. Your team, right? Your team. And what's the biggest thing is that as you get your cards for your 3v3 games, you can finally put them all on one team and play them. And that's something really cool. 10-game win streak, nice with Jalen, nice, dude. Nice. We'll have a Discord to post your playoff pick'ems too. I'll make a room for just screenshot who you think will win. Like, yeah. Each week we'll go over it because I'm gonna follow it closely in the upcoming weeks because there's some really good storylines that I want to see, especially with the Heat. They're playing in the play-in tournament. We're gonna do a video. We're gonna cover that in a bit. But last year they won their play-in tournament and they actually made it. I don't know how deep they made it into the playoffs, but if it wasn't for that, because they were like the number 10 seed, so they had to win 2 games to get into the playoffs, and they won those 2 games, and they seeded themselves in the playoffs as like the number 8 seed. So I think they beat Milwaukee, the number 1 seed last year, and then like, they kept going into the playoffs just because of that play-in tournament. So there's another storyline like that this season with the Heat. You have frustrated, yeah. To be frustrated, yeah. You have no one to blame in the 5v5s but yourself. That's a huge thing too. It's all on you, offensively and defensively. You can control the plays, you control the players, and to some degree, it feels like a 3v3 once you get past the half court line. Ron says, "I feel Jimmy Butler will retire without a ring." That's sad. Why is that? Why is that, dude? Why is that? Interesting opinion there. They're for sure Rouse, yeah. Yep. So Jalen Green, huge offensive boost. Definitely the new players coming in. Keep in mind, there's always new players every week playing this game. So Jalen Green could be like what the higher ranked players think of, like Tatum and legendary players. It could be that could be the guy. That could be the guy. And he can be paired up with Wiggins, you know, the rookie KD, LeBron, you know, like there could be budget teams formed that climb their way out into the high ranks. It could work. And speaking of low overalls, we're going to have a 69 overall tournament. All right. I don't know if it should be 3v3 yet or 1v1s, but it will be planned for this season, season 2. Maybe in a couple weeks after the dust settles with all the events going on this week. Next winner in the update, Luka. Mr. Luka. Definitely deserves this buff. A lot of players have him, a lot of players who play him complain, and they're listening. Basically, they expanded the trigger area of Doncic's up and under layup move. So I think that means he could start the up and under layup move further away from the basket, I think. Triggering area. I think so. I don't know if that has to do with the cone or something. Next is adjusted the basic shooting movements, increased the release speed, and extended the length of the blue bar. Nice. So they extended the shooting bar. Nice. Shifty Master now unlocks, I guess, earlier. First Step Master now unlocks earlier. So even at rank 1, he could be deadly. So when you first get the card, Shifty Master, First Step Master. Your Step Layup now unlocks at rank 3 instead of rank 4. Wow. They made him stronger earlier with the ranking level. Dev notes, Doncic ranks first in scoring and second in assists this season, showcasing a remarkable offensive performance. Therefore, we've comprehensively improved his offense and playmaking capabilities. Yeah. We were on the topic of 5.5 just a minute ago. I think Luka could be made a case where like he's stronger in the 5.5s. I don't know. This is my guess. I don't really see him dominating 3v3s as much. Maybe this update changes it. But I can say that in the 5.5s he could be even stronger. In the 3v3 tournament, actually, we had a Luka Doncic player. He has like R6 or something. He was doing very well. But they just lost against like the #1 team in NA right now. In that tournament. Luka buff, you don't understand it. Basically, his driving finishing moves is up and under layup. They increased his release speed in his jumpers. And then extended the blue bar, the sweet spot when you shoot, they made it bigger. His skills to create space, the Shifty Master, the First Step Master, and the finishing move of the Euro Step Layup, they moved it down earlier in his rank. So you can unlock that move earlier. I think it used to be higher. But now you can get it as early as R1. And the Euro Step unlocks at R3 instead of R4. So that, for a legendary card that costs like 4 million, to get from R3 to R4, it's huge. I have R3 AD. It's been a month for me to get into R4 so far. I'm close to getting R4 right now, but it's been like 4 weeks to get an R4. So that's why it's huge. Like to get that extra move earlier would help a lot. But stat-wise, I mean, they don't really list out the stat-wise, but they said they adjusted his movements, his shooting movement, increased the release speed, extend the blue. I'm pretty sure they increased the other stuff. They never really increased, well, some of them, they did increase the stats, they show it, but I think other players, they did increase it. I'm not sure. I mean, it could go either way. Sometimes, I mean, lately they have a habit of not releasing publicly what they changed with the stats of players. But this term right here, comprehensively improved his offensive and playmaking capabilities. That could mean his offensive stats too. Like there's no way to compare it to his past, like a month ago stats. But I'm pretty sure they improved it. It's a constant balancing act. I'm going to ask a question about that, by the way. The balancing act as developers to find, you know, to make it not overly overpowered, you know what I mean? But find that balance. Alright, next up, Jimmy Butler, the next winner in the updates. Jimmy Butler, he's about 500k per card, right? 500k? Yeah, about 500k per card. His mid-range shoot max attribute increased from 600 to 750. Huge mid-range. 750 is like BAM level, I think. Is that BAM? I take that back. BAM is 800. Close enough. Mid-range. But what I like about Jimmy is that he can get to his mid-range shots much better. New skills added, step back shooting, which unlocks, so he has a step back at rank 3. Catch and shoots. Unlocks. I don't know if they added it or... Okay, so he's got level 3 catch and shoot now. And he's got level 2 corner specialist, which is a 3-pointer. Impressive. Dev notes. Following discussions with our Discord community, observations in his IRL performance leading to the postseason, we have decided to enhance Butler's shooting ability. Great stuff. Yeah, so all the shooting moves increased. Mid-range increased. And he's got an impressive finishing move. He's got relentless dunk. Relentless dunk, dude. Yeah, Jimmy is not that far behind from Bam. 750 compared to Bam's 800. That's almost on par with each other. The thing is that players like AD, you know, they can close the gap from getting Adebayo those open middies. But Jimmy, strong, dude. And if he does get open, he can step back just by a little bit and get into a three, and he's got corner three specialists. Doesn't Jimmy have enchanted shot? I never heard of that skill. I'm reading the player skills right now. I don't see that. But Jimmy's heat map is all over the place and his warmer spots. Jimmy's got a putback dunk. He's got mid-range pull-up pro. Level 4 ankle breaker. He's got level 4 a lot of stuff. Dunk master, slippery worm, first step master. God damn. Man, he should be a legendary, dude. You saw it once? Oh, I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it. Maybe clutch shooter? He's at level 5 clutch shooter. Yeah, he doesn't have drifting shot from my... Yeah, he has level 1 drifting shot. Yes, it's way bottom list. Drifting shot, fade away. Whirlwind too. Jesus. He has a lot of stuff. Next on the winners list, Brandon Ingram. Increase the sector reduction time from 3 seconds to 4.5 seconds. Adjust his exclusive. When you say enchanted shot, do you mean exclusive shot? Anyway, Brandon Ingram, he's more of a mid-range like shooter, 3-point shooter. Increase the sector reduction time. I don't know what that even means, man. What is sector reduction time? What is sector reduction time? Does anyone know? It has to do with his shooting, I think, right? Adjusted the exclusive shooting motion, allowing it to trigger even when contested. Interesting. What's this? So he's got a launch sequence, which is his ability to shoot more difficult shots. So the contesting air radius decreases and his shots contest resistance increases. And his dominance is his 3-point field goal increases. So exclusive shooting motion allows him to trigger movement. So he can trigger some of his shooting moves while it's contested. So that will increase his shooting chances of making it. Pump fake hesitation skill unlocks at rank 3 instead of rank 6. Okay. Pump fake hesitation. Wow. That's huge. Ingram goes for what? Everyone goes for 600k, 700k. Rank 3. Damn. Shifty Master now unlocks at rank 2. Huh. Ingram shooting accuracy, dev notes. Ingram shooting accuracy has shown notable improvements this season. Accordingly, we've comprehensively upgraded his offense capabilities to reflect on court. Nice. So his overall shooting and driving abilities improved. 600k. Gotcha, Fifey. I've started to see some art for Jamal Murray. Nice. I think we're going to see him. Murray. Yeah, we're going to get to him soon. He's coming up next after DeRozan. We're still at the winners section. These are like tinier tweaks than the big jump, big boosts. But I want to see more DeRozan. Um, yeah. DeMar DeRozan. Increase the movement speed of his exclusive move. First Step Master now unlocks at rank 1. The Southern Master now unlocks at rank 1. So just his rank 1 card is very strong. DeRozan enhanced on offense. Wow, his rank 1 card is very strong. Great. Not a huge... Yeah, I guess it's huge. Rank 1 is big. For what? DeMar DeRozan's like 400k? Make sure I get that right. Almost 600k. Yeah, how is he in his mid-range? Let's compare him to Butler. Is that a fair comparison with his mid-range? Yeah, the exclusive move Drive and Thrive. He can do a faster sudden stop for a pull-up jumper. Damn. Oh, wow. Yeah, dude. DeRozan's mid-range is... You want to guess the number? At R7? You want to guess the number? Combined with all his skills that boost up his mid-range and his pull-up jumper exclusive. He is a mid-range god. That's impressive. You want to guess the number? Mid-range. Sheesh. How does he do with Kawhi? Yeah, he's better. Basically 900. 900. Bam is at 800. And Bam doesn't have abilities to help boost his mid-range. DeRozan does. Wow. I'll look into him for my guards account, by the way. I'll look into him. I like his style. He's got excellent finishing moves, dribble moves. 3 points is average-ish, high speed. Okay. Next, Jamal Murray. Max speed attribute increased from 621 to 750. Huge. Boosting his off-ball movement, defense, and dribbling movements. Pump fake skill unlocks at R3 instead of R5. They decided to improve Murray's overall speed performance, so he's much faster now. 750 is pretty impressive. 750 is like... Who's a good comparison? Let me look at... Legendary Curry's 800. Who have I played to get a good comparison? Siakam is 800. So if you play Siakam, you know how fast he is. Just about the same. 750 versus 800. Almost the same. Alright. Alright, Jamal Murray just as fast, dude. If you haven't played Jamal Murray, check out his exclusive move. It's like a between the legs into a step back or something. A little insane. Kawhi, he's at 4 million. These are just small updates to these players, and then we'll go into the losers of the update. Max speed attributes for... Nope, we did Jamal. Kawhi, max strength attribute increased from 770 to 805. Increases off-ball movement speed and defense movement speed. Pump fake and drive still... Pump fake and drive skill now unlocks at R3. Corner 3 specialist now unlocks at R2. Ankle breaker unlocks at R2. Okay. Yeah, he's so expensive. Most people have him at R2 and R3. So they increase off-ball movement speed and defense. Wow. Wow, Kawhi's... He's already a defensive beast. They increase his movement speed. And his strength. That strength's huge. Strength is so huge, man. This is a buff. This is a buff for sure. He just came out of Who Draft last week, so a lot of players have him. But at a low rank. So this is for them. So the interesting notes here for the dev notes is that the current performance IRL seems to be falling behind, but he's proven to be better in the playoffs, and so they're probably going to improve him even more. So this is just, I think they're foreshadowing future buffs to him. He sold out. He was at 4.8 million. He went up. He was at 4 million before the update, and now it's at 4.8 million. That's some. Ain't that some? Next we have is Devin Booker. Decrease the collision zone of Devin Booker's pace pusher skill effect. Pace pusher is exclusive move, difficult for defenders to contest his shots. And when he drives, his contested angle decreases for 3 seconds. After changing directions with the push dribble, his movement speed increases for 3 seconds. And he's got like 4 dribble moves along with the exclusive. I played Devin Booker actually a few times. Got him to R3. He's very good. Very good. A lot of people think he's the worst legendary card, but he's not bad. Dev notes, in previous gameplay adjustments, the collision zone of Devin Booker's exclusive was too wide. This made him very unsmooth when attacking. Gotcha. Alright, so we'll see him more scoring more often. I played with him a few times, man. He's quick as hell. Quick as hell, got the moves to back it up, and the mid-range and threes to score. You like Devin Booker? Who do you like better? I know he doesn't compare to like maybe Tatum or whatever, but he's like, I mean, he should be costing less than Tatum, but only because Tatum is so available that that people are selling him a lot, so that made his price go down. But I think Booker should be less than Tatum. But still very good. I don't know how to compare him. Maybe to Trey, Booker to Trey. I choose Booker. He's taller too. Let's see, Trey. Yeah, like Booker can grab rebounds over these smaller, faster guards. All the other quick guards that you usually see, they're 6'1", 6'2". Yeah, but there's other options too. SGA. SGA, I'm surprised he didn't get a buff. I think we all are. I think his time's coming. Oh wow, they're not that huge of a difference. They're like plus 50 either way. Damn. Speed's equal. I mean, Booker's 3-pointer is at 800 at R5. And SGA's 3-pointer is at 500 at R5. The steal is higher for SGA. Double. Yeah, it's a good comparison, man. Oh, speaking of SGA, what up? You got SGA in his name, bro. Low key. I mean, to each their own. It's still a fun game. You know? I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's still very fun. Let's see. Trae Young. Oh, Zion. Remove the layup. I'll speed through this. I think we're not even halfway, so I'll just speed through it, guys. We went through the winners, now we're going through the losers of the updates. Zion removed the layup fake and pass skill and pump fake pass skill, added dunk fake pass. Okay, so they added a dunk fake pass and they removed the other fake passes. Trae Young removed the Dev notes is it's confusing that Zion as a dunker couldn't pass the ball during dunks, so we have changed his skill to include passing capabilities. Okay, fair. Trey, remove the dunk fake and pass skill. Step back shoot skill now unlocks at R2 instead of R3. Address the issue about doing a running jump shot even though the movement stick did not move. Okay. It was based on Discord feedback and they fixed the issue. Great stuff. Lillard, which is a fair comparison to Trae Young, had the same issue, running jump shots, so they fixed it. Dev said the same thing, they fixed that. They're both around the same price, 800k. Wow, these two are hard to pick. Trae Young and Damian. Depends on your playstyle. Do you want to attack more? Or do you want to go for the threes? Yeah. Sabonis added dunk fake and pass skill, which unlocks at R3. Dev notes, top tier floor general, has a shortcoming in not being able to pass the ball during dunks. I actually barely dunk with Sabonis. It's all rebounding for me. Okay. SJ should get low 3-point defensive buff. Yeah, he should get some kind of buff, man. Is there a buff for Nerf Siakam? Not publicly. Not publicly. There's general buffs on the defensive level and offensive level that helps Siakam though. I covered the general updates before doing these player updates like 20 minutes ago, but I'll do it again just to like recap, okay? But basically there's some like adjustments to the contesting mechanics that help defenders. Tatum, the most broken, overused player of season 1 next to PG. They removed the pump fake hesitation skill. That's how he gets his early boost, which eventually leads into a sidestep exclusive. So they removed that. And the max level clutch shooter decreased. So they also adjusted his clutch shooter skill. So in the final 30 seconds, which this skill does, his shot percentage goes is not as high anymore. It's a little high, but it's not as high anymore. So they just trimmed the top a little bit of his clutch shooter skill. After Dev notes, after last adjustment, Tatum has become too versatile on both offense and defensive. On both offensive and defense. Considering his less than stellar ability to attack during critical moments this season, we have decided to weaken his offensive ceiling. Okay, yeah, like I said, they trimmed the top. They lowered his clutch moments. We went over his clutch moments, the clutch shooter. They basically, yeah, it's a great skill. It increases your field goal percentage by a lot, but if there's, they changed like the contesting, like if you, wait, they increased it. So if you get basically a wide open, it's oh boy, let me get this right. So if the opponent doesn't jump up in the air to block you, you get a bonus up to 15% on your field goals. In clutch, that's last 30 seconds. Yeah. Alright. Sick gaming addiction. Oh, my bad. I thought it was SGA related to Gillis. Okay. PG. Max level went down to 2 for his pull-up pro. Max level unlimited range decreased from 3 to 1. So they nerfed him once again. Still a great budget player. Still very strong. They just lowered they trimmed the top just a little bit. Bogey, max 3-point range, 3-point attribute decreased. Max mid-range shoot attribute decreased. Removed unlimited range. Removed pump fake and pass. Decreased the pull-up pro. Decreased mid-range. So we're in the loser section. these are all losses. Since joining the New York Knicks, Bogey's offensive role has been diminishing. Yeah, so they just made him a less clutch shooter now. You want some scores? Sure, go ahead. Yeah, give me some scores. Yeah, so see, actually I wasn't aware that they're playing right now, but I realized they're East Coast, so they're obviously going to start earlier in my Pacific time. Speaking of heats, we got Bam, decreased max level of airborne skill. That's the dunking, alley-oop dunk. Remove the power rebounding skill. So they decreased rebounding for Bam. He's still a great player. He's been grabbing every rebound against a lot of the legendary cards. So this is their way of balancing it. They nerfed him. So we just finished Bam's thing. They remove power rebound skill. That increases your chance of getting like almost like a putback, right? Like putback dunk. It's the same way to like grab a rebound. So they removed that, so that'll limit his chance of grabbing rebounds. Yeah, like for me, he was unstoppable grabbing rebounds, man. Every legend player that I've seen play against Bam gets out rebounded all the time by Bam. Clint's another player who got hit with the rebounds nerf. Rebound attribute decreased. Max block decreased. Block attribute bonus decrease from his exclusive decreased. Rebound attribute from his dominant skill decreased. Cut in half. Capella's rebounding dominance has diminished compared to previous seasons, so they made overall adjustments. Okay, wow. So the big guy's going down just by little bits. Clint got hit by got hard. His main skill is rebounding and blocking, so it hurts that he's getting nerfed a little bit more to the ground now. Brook Lopez to round out the nerfing rebounding train. Decrease the max level of elite rebounder skill from 32. Not a huge one. Elite rebounder, I believe I main Brook, so let me just see how he's doing. Elite rebounder rebound rates. Yeah, so elite rebounder rebound rate increases while fighting for rebounds. Damn. And if there's a rebounding difference, if there's a rebounding attribute difference, it further increases. From 32 is not that bad though. 32. At least they didn't nerf his 3, right? In conclusion, look at my conclusion notes. Rebounding got nerfed with Bam Lopez Sabonis. We got some changes to clutch shooter, and we got some changes to defense. And we got some changes, some improvements for height advantage. Oh no. Height advantage and hoop gen skills. It's like increased if the trigger conditions are met. So I guess a buff. Yeah, it is a buff. It is a buff. So if the opponent does not block, the shooter will have higher numerical gain. And the defense got improved too with the contesting mechanics. So they hope to create more basically clutch moments on the defensive level and offensive level.